Then the Jan Arogya Bima policy, the Bhavishya Arogya policy, these, the traffic accident policies, the overseas mediclaim policy, and so on. Tax deduction is, you are allowed on any kind of medical treatment, any kind of medical insurance. For normal citizens, it's 15,000. For senior citizens, it's 20,000 under Section 80D. And so therefore, whatever mediclaim premium you are paying, up to 15,000 for citizens, and for senior citizens, about 20,000 gets covered. If it is a husband and wife who's a senior citizen, it can be 20 plus 20. So up to 40,000 of premium, you can actually get a deduction from your income tax for a health insurance policy. That deduction is available under Section 80D, and IRDA has suggested, IRDA is like how you have for the banks, Reserve Bank of India. For all the health insurance companies, IRDA is the regulator, which means it's a government authority which authorizes or regulates the insurance segment. IRDA has suggested that at least 50% of the service tax which is collected on health insurance should be credited for giving health insurance policies. Sources of healthcare financing in various countries. As you can see, in the developed countries, what you will find, it is mainly the government who is funding. In our country, it is not so. It is only, the government is only funding 21%, which caters mainly to the government sector employees. By and large, you have individual households covering 72%, which means you yourself, up to 70% of the people of India are funding their own mediclaim or their health expenses whenever they are incurring. Against vis-a-vis in UK and in Germany, it's 95% and so on. That's just to tell you where we stand in the Indian context. Not very different even in China, where it is 75%. Health expenditure in India, as I mentioned, if you see, 72% of the households spend for their health insurance on their own. The government does not provide for anything. The essentials in health insurance program are prepayment and risk pooling. This is how the insurance companies work. When they collect everyone's paying a premium. 100 people are paying, let's say, 1,000 rupees as premium. So the pool which is collected, the funds which are collected, is what is called a health insurance pool, from which the claims are paid. The main advantage of a health insurance program is that of prepayment. And individuals or families, when they are healthy, are also able to pay. But when they are affected by illness, the insurance fund is used to help them to take care of their claims. Thus, there is no burden at the time of illness. You don't only buy a mediclaim when you are unwell. We are digging our well at this point because we don't know when water will come out. So what happens is, on a periodic basis, we take mediclaim at an early age. You don't take it only when one is advanced in age. We take it at an early age because we don't know at what point we will face any difficulty. And when any family member is faced with any ailment or illness, that is when insurance cover helps us to cover our expenses and tide over it. This is how it works. There is an insurer, there is a provider, and there is a community. This is how the insurance sector works. When you see that there is a premium which is paid by the community, which goes into the insurer and to the health provider, who takes care of the community at large. This is how the segment works. The health insurance companies will then have a tie-up with the hospital, who is the provider, and in turn they are taking care of the community. The community pays a premium for the same. Types of health insurance. Social health insurance. It's a compulsory health insurance, usually for the government sector, for the formal sector. and also for private companies, where some of the companies cover you, like a Tata's or a Birla's will cover their employees till post-retirement also for some of the health covers which they have. Even when a person is retired, the employee who has retired from them can avail of the health insurance which the company is giving as a benefit. Here the employees contributes through payroll reductions and the employers provide a grant. In private health insurance, what we do is, what is private health insurance? Where we voluntarily buy a mediclaim based on our ability of how much of premium and how much of somebody's family may have a history of maybe heart attacks. So the person of that family also is more prone to getting a heart attack than to any other family. So therefore one needs to get covered for that to ensure. So what we are doing is, we are voluntarily taking an insurance based on our own ability to pay a premium and the risk which our family may face. Okay, mediclaim health insurance in India is usually associated with mediclaim. Whenever we hear of health insurance, everybody says it's mediclaim. We blindly close our eyes and we say it's mediclaim. Which was originally started by GIC. It was introduced in 1986 as a voluntary health insurance scheme offered by the public sector general insurance companies. Today also you have New India, United India, GIC, which all offer you, national, which offers you health insurance. You also have the private companies which were started in 2001 to offer health insurance plans. Some of them are Tata AIG, Royal Sundaram, Bajaj Alliance, ICICI Lombard. They are also offering you under the general insurance company banner a health plan or a mediclaim. Only they may not call it mediclaim, they may call it something else. But in most cases you will find that typically the benefits are more or less the same as what a mediclaim which was started by GIC is the same. There will be slight differences in the benefits which are provided. Anybody 3 months to 80 years who can afford the risk rated premium is eligible to join the scheme. Group membership allows for discounts in the premium. Typically in a family, if there are 4, you will get what is a floater policy, where you will get a discount on the premium which you pay. If you were to take for 4 people, husband, wife and children, it would have allowed you would have to have 4 policies, you would be paying 4 premiums. A family floater allows you to take for the family 1 policy and 1 premium. So the benefits is given to 4. Plus you are not paying 4 different premiums which would have become costly for you. So that is where what we have is it's a group membership which is allowed for discounts in the premium. In India, in 2001, there were 7.8 million people covered under mediclaim. The subscribers are usually the middle and the upper class, especially because there is a tax benefit. 80D is the tax benefit which you get on paying a premium on mediclaim. The standard mediclaim policy covers only hospital and domiciliary hospitalization benefits. Most medical conditions are reimbursed, though there are important exclusions. What are the exclusions? If somebody is already suffering what is called a pre-existing disease. Somebody may already be diabetic. Somebody may already have a health problem. Then those are what could be excluded from the scope of the policy. That is why they are called exclusions. What is that could be a pre-existing disease. If there is a clause which allows you for a pre-existing disease, then what they would do is they will check up, there will be a medical checkup, and post that they would have increased your premium vis-a-vis what a normal person would pay, because there is a higher risk on the person's life. Traditionally, only reimbursement insurance was provided, though the companies have tried to set up what is called a TPA, a third party administrator, who will take care, the insurance company, for example, if it is a United India, will appoint, you have a Raksha, you have a TTK, who are the TPAs. This is an external service provider who will do settlement of your claims. that the insurance company does not settle the claims directly. It is outsourced to an external company, and that is called a third party administrator, or a TPA, who has a nationwide presence and who has a capability of only doing large volume scales settlements. In many cases, it could be in-house of the company. Like for example, Bajaj Allianz has settlement of claims done in-house. Hospitals with more than 15 beds registered and with local authority can be identified as providers. The insurance company or the TPA administers the scheme. The scheme is monitored on a regular basis. Being an indemnity scheme, the patient pays the hospital bills and submits the necessary documents to the company, and the company in turn reimburses to the patient. If you have a card, then it could form under a cashless scheme. But again, that has been under dispute in the recent times. So what we have to see is, if you have a card, it does not mean that it could be cashless. You might have to go to the, when somebody is to get hospitalized, they would have to pay that lump sum in the beginning as a deposit or as charges when you enroll somebody into a hospital, and post that is when a reimbursement of your